Hey folks, it's me, your old pal, Hank Schlitz, coming to you live, coming to you in color for the first time ever in HD images, yeah. Alright, oh fuck, my goodness. My mouth was all dipping and lipping and whatnot. I think it's the signs of a stroke. I see it on TV all the time. When someone has a stroke, their face goes woo. He's like, the doctor's just like, that's just your face fucking melting off of your skull, all right? That's getting old. That's what happens when you're 55 years old. Your fucking face starts to just slough off of you like a fucking, like a bunch of peat moss off a mountain, all right? I don't even know if that makes sense. I don't know about geography. I don't get out much. I just sit here and I play games, and occasionally I read books. I don't read a lot of books. I've read maybe 6 books in my day, and most of them were foisted upon me by the good people at the North Park Elementary School. All right, but I occasionally get roped into the zeitgeist, and I want to know what's going on with the bestseller list. I want to be able to talk to my friends and family about my family. I got acquaintances. I can say that at least I have several acquaintances. I want to talk to them about what's going on in the pop culture oeuvre. I think I heard that word on NPR. It sounded like it was related to books and movies and shit. Oh man, I'm not smart. All right, I'm trying to be an honest man. I'm trying to let my soul and my heart and all my other innards out on this internet. It's true and is blindingly white and clear as it can be. But sometimes I put on airs and I want to seem smart and I use words and I don't really know what they mean. But here's my confession to you. I will try to use words correctly. I will try to only use words that I'm confident in the definition of. And I will be adroit and adaptable, and I will be circumspect. So yes. Anyway, what are we talking about today? Well, normally I'd be here as your friendly neighborhood game cop talking to you about games, but here we gotta give the straight skinny on something else, alright? Games ain't the only thing that's fucked up in the world. All kinds of things are fucked up. Books are fucked up. Movies are fucked up. Everything's all fucked up, alright? And I gotta tell you, the things that are the most popular are sometimes the most fucked up, and I'm not even clear how this fucking shit happens. I think something's going on. I think someone's got the all-seeing eye on us, and I need to tell you about it before they fucking come in here and put 2 in my head for revealing the conspiracy that is definitely going on with this fuck named Ernest Cline, alright? And that's who we're here to talk about. I'm not here as your game cop. I'm here as the page cop. So here I am, taking off my game cop hat. Whoop. There we go. I set it there. I put it down nice and neat. Get it for later. And here's my page cop hat. And I put it on. And it's a precarious thing putting the page cop hat on. I don't take this responsibility lightly. I'm not typically an authority on the written word. But today, I had a bit of a mucus globule in my throat, and I had to swallow it because the only other option was to hack it up onto here, and that would just be unacceptable. All right, I'm not going to edit this, but I'm also not going to fucking actually vomit on screen. That would just be a bridge too far, all right? I want you to get the real deal, but I don't want you to get all of me. Something, so you got to leave a little bit to the imagination, and I think my blackened goo that I hack up from time to time is one of those particular items. So anyway, yeah, Ernest Cline, this rat fuck guy. I think that he is a terrible author, but I don't think that he is maybe even aware of it. There's some strange witchery going on with this man and the things that he creates, and we need to discuss it. You probably have heard of this guy because he created this book called Ready Player One. It was a really big fucking deal. It was the thing that got me to fucking read this thing because it was literally all over the fucking bestseller lists all over the place. It was in the New York Times. It was in the... Sorry. I was just choking on the name. I was about to say AV Club, and my body rejected the words because I used to read their reviews a lot, but they've turned into a bunch of fucking self-congratulating pisshead fucking idiots. And this is really I think ground zero for that, because it just shows they don't even fucking know what they're talking about. They just say shit. A lot of these critics, that's all they do. They just say what they hear other people saying, and it all becomes homogenized in this unilateral approach to media. Oh, excuse me. And so, the thing with Ready Player One is everyone's saying it's great. It's great for fucking dipshits like me that played a bunch of video games for 40 fucking years. And so I go and I pick it up and I'm reading it, and it's like just the most rote goddamn thing ever. Everyone's saying it's like Willy Wonka and Harry Potter mixed together. I've read both of those things. Those are 2 of the 6 books that I've read, so you know 3 right there. All right, so it's that. The other 2 are Huckleberry Finn, Fahrenheit 451, and A Separate Piece. And those I all had to read for elementary school, and I hated every fucking second of it. All right, I like Harry Potter. I like Willy Wonka. And, you know, oh no, they found me again. I know they find me one day. These fucks, they call. Oh, I thought I was I should be in a Faraday cage. This should not be happening, folks. I should not be getting calls. Oh God, I'm gonna have to move. That's it. I have to go. I have to leave this place because it's not safe anymore. I need to be prepared for when the end days come, and I can't have the authorities know where I am because I'm going to be one of the people they come for first, all right? I can't get into why. Part of it is because I have this sort of knack for nosing out, you know, with my detective's eye, these conspiracy theories and fucks that, like, what's going on with Ernest Cline. Because I'm a weak man. I see a lot of critical praise for this book, and I go, okay, fine, I'll go check it out, fine. I'm no dip dumb. I know when everyone's saying something's great, it's got to be great. And I go and I read it, and it's just not good, okay? It's got awful characters. The plot, you can tell everything that's going on in this plot from word 1, and it's just fucking slathered with all of this fucking nonsense information about Dungeons and Dragons and Joust and fucking Rush and all the fucking garbage crap from the 80s culture. You know, none of it's necessary or interesting, and it just kind of seems like it's this book that was written by this guy who just really wanted to convince himself that everything that he fucking loved as a child and got obsessed with and learned all the minutia of was actually important. And fuck me, if he fucking willed that into fucking existence, he cast a spell, or someone cast a spell. There's some fucking blood black magic going on with this. And that's what I'm kind of getting to here, is because everybody said this book was great, and it just clearly isn't. I've only met a couple people who will commiserate with me on this opinion. It's like something's been done to folks, because usually this kind of unmitigated crap just doesn't just go on and keep getting proliferated through the public. Every now and then that happens with something like Avatar or whatever, but this is on a whole new level, folks. Everyone says it's great, and it's just like the worst thing. Anyone who's read this and it's great, you think it's great, fine, you know, whatever, it's great, like a book. But this is not good writing, folks. It just is not. It's poor plotting. The characters and the romance is misogynistic and silly and juvenile. It just feels like something that I would have written in middle school, trying to make a fantasy story that was ripped off from a bunch of fucking Chrono Trigger play sessions I did as an 8-year-old. Like, it's fucking... Well, that timeline doesn't make sense with how old I am. Whoever's like, no, I'm a mystery unto myself as well, all right? Anyway, so, what was I saying? Oh, yeah. Ernest Cline. So, it's not, long story short, it's not a good book. Everyone loves it. There's a movie being made of it. Okay, the movie, I haven't seen it. I have no interest in it. But I think that there's something going on with this. There's another book that came out, and he wrote, it's called Armada, and everyone's saying, well, this one is the garbage file. This one is the one you should not read. I read it because I want to know what's so fucking different about it. Sophomore effort, usually an author will improve in some capacity on a second book. You'll learn a thing or two, but it's the exact same thing. Self-congratulating for knowing all of this fucking infantile bullshit about who made this game and when, and all the different places that it was available, and the silly things that you could get for pre-ordering it, and yada yada. Like, there's no reason to know this except if all these circumstances and these ridiculous books, like that there's some prize at the end of a game that gives you $1 trillion and access to everything in the world, or you're gonna save the universe from a bunch of aliens like it is in this Armada book. It's just fucking not. It's just a jerk-off session. You're just watching this guy masturbate. That's all these books are. Now, what am I getting at here when I'm saying, like, there's a conspiracy? My heart tells me that I just can't believe that the human race is this powerfully dumb to believe that this could actually be worthwhile and worth investing all these hundreds of millions of dollars. And I don't think Ernest Cline, he's one man. I don't think he even knows what's going on here. I think there's powers above him, way above him, some fucking Illuminati shit that just want this to be because they know they can get enough of fucking dumb eyeballs on it, thinking about it and getting obsessed with it when it's really just a big pile of shit. And it just, I don't know, it's a waste of time. It's a brain drain for serious. I read this thing and I'm like significantly dumber than I was before, and that's not good, okay? I can't even see straight. I'm blind as a bat because of Ernest Cline. He made my brain into a pile of goo and it ran out of my nose like an Egyptian mummy of old. So I think that something really dark is going on here, folks. I think that somebody has gotten into the upper echelons of society and decided that Ernest Cline needs to be foisted upon the public and that he is going to be the, the thing, he's going to be the cat's meow. Everyone's going to love him in order to lull people into some kind of dangerous complacency that I don't know the nefarious purposes of, okay? I can't discern the minds of these evil fucks, but I do know that they want us all to be quiet and lulled into the sleep of a dull mind. Okay, and that's what these books are doing, all right? It's like Pinocchio or something, and I think Ernest Cline, he's right there with you. He's Pinocchio. He's dancing around. He's like, look at me, there ain't no strings on me. Look at me, I'm having a good time. And everyone's like, yeah, Ernest Cline, having a good time. And meanwhile, he's turning into a donkey. He's turning us into donkeys. We're all being, sorry, I'm getting all stuck. They're all getting, he's turning us into donkeys and donkeys. There's donkeys everywhere. And it's all being done by some evil Svengali that's behind pulling all the strings, all right? He's turning us all into donkeys. He's making us all look like fucking idiots, all right? And we just got to be better than being fucking idiots and reading these kinds of silly books, okay? There's just much better things out there. Just about anything is better than Ernest Cline, all right? Don't let him fool you. Don't let him be fooled into thinking he's good, okay? Most people, they should write and make things that are awful over and over and over again until they get something that's good finally. Ernest Cline, he writes one fucking book, it's a piece of shit, and everyone lauds it like it's the greatest thing in the world. The thing that Ernest Cline should do is write and suck until he makes something good. But no, we decided to, put him at the top of a pedestal for no fucking reason, and it's making us all look like fucking idiots, including Ernest Cline, because he should be developing his skills as a writer rather than being, praised and being set as a standard that all other things are going to be set to, and then it's all going to just be dumbified. Oh, I found it out. That's the conspiracy. That's what they want to do. It's the general dumbification of everything. It's spread it into books now. Soon Ulysses is going to be full of X-Wings and Ghostbuster Goo. Next thing you know, Infinite Jest is going to be, well, that's already got a lot of pop culture stuff in it. Hey, look at me, I read Infinite Jest. Anyway, that's the point I was trying to make, is that, that's the other book I read, Infinite Jest. I've read 6 books. Most of them are from elementary school, and then Infinite Jest. I also read Infinite Jest. All right? But don't let the wool be pulled over your eyes, all right? This is some fuckery, some flimflammery, some dark, evil blood magic wizard is at the top of this, okay? And don't let yourself be the part of an evil magic. Live in the light of Jesus, okay? Don't be pulled into the dark, evil layer of Pan. Whoa. Speaking of Pan, my computer's panning around all over the place. Sorry about that. But yeah, don't be deceived by Baal. Don't be thrown into the cult of Mithras. Do not be a mummy of Osiris. Do not be involved in occult stuff. This is what this is occult, black magic, evil science shit. You gotta live in the light of Jesus. You gotta read a better book. Read Huckleberry Finn. It's a piece of crap in my eyes, but it's way better than this, alright? I didn't get it. It's all about like, oh, I'm on a river. I'm like, what's this about? Okay? If I don't get it, I'm dumb, alright? I'll get it later, but don't get this. Get it in your head that this is a piece of shit. You got the straight poop from the Page Cop. Maybe you'll see me again, maybe you don't. Bye-bye. Keep up. Page Cop.